Hey, what's up guys, this is Thomas, and in this video we're going to be doing a demonstration of how to get cinematic footage with the GoPro Hero 9. Now obviously I'm not going to be doing this from my apartment, so we're going to be going somewhere a little bit more scenic, which is down the south coast of Barcelona. So I'm going to meet John downstairs in a sec. Before we do that, I just want to give a quick shout out to my new partnership with Cuts Clothing. Now Cuts make some awesome little t-shirts, as well as hoodies and other like sweaters and things like that. I'm going to be working with them over the next couple of months, promoting some of their content, wearing some of their clothes. I'm currently wearing the Mirage Crew split hem. Oh, looks like he's here. Yeah, what's up?
Hey man.
How you doing, bro?
New haircut, yeah?
Man, nice car, eh?
Thank you.
Alright, so we just arrived in a viewpoint just outside Park Garraf. It's pretty sick, obviously. That whole little sequence I was just filming on the GoPro Hero 9. Getting some shots of these views, been playing with the GoPro so far, hopefully showing you guys what it can do, but we're going to show a lot more what it can do in the demonstration that I'm going to do. We're going to head up to the actual park just kind of behind these mountains here. Okay, so here we are with the GoPro Hero 9. This is Mark, and we're gonna be getting a few shots of him, kind of as if he was a photographer, taking some photos of this landscape. What I'm doing is I'm gonna be filming on 4K, 60 frames per second, and I'm gonna be getting this in the wide mode as well. And we're just gonna get a shot of Mark kind of walking around here and just taking a couple of photos. So let's go ahead. And I'm gonna be pushing up like this, going from a low angle and kind of coming around. And the cool thing obviously about filming on GoPro is that unlike a lot of cameras, you're not going to be worrying much about the focus, and you're not going to be worrying much about the exposure, because in general, you're going to be putting everything on auto. The other cool thing is that I'm using this pole by Joby. It also has a detachable stand that I'm not using right now, which makes it a bit longer. And what we can do with this is extend it out as much as we can. So this is really cool to get some other shots. If we want to do that same movement again, Mark. This is cool to kind of get some shots that can kind of come up as well. So I go ahead, and we can kind of do these kind of mini crane shots with this. And with the GoPro's Hyper Smooth, even though it's kind of wobbling about on a pole, it actually keeps everything pretty stable, because this new GoPro Hero 9 has the Hyper Smooth 3, which is pretty insane. So everything's going to stay relatively stable as long as you're not swinging it around. It should still look pretty good. We're going to change it to linear mode now. So in linear mode, it looks slightly less GoPro-like. And what that means is it doesn't have this crazy kind of wide look to it. So it looks more like, quote unquote, an ordinary camera. So I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna come around to here and get another shot of Mark. This time, if you wanna like come forward 2 steps and then like crouch and maybe take a photo of this. So like come down, 2, 1, go. So I'm just following his movements here and kind of trying to keep a continuous flow of movement in that shot. So in that shot, actually what we did was we followed him back like this. As he crouched down, we went down, and then we pushed forward in a single shot. So meaning that we can extend our shots out a little bit longer than maybe we would with traditional cameras, because the stabilization is so good on this, we can kind of act as if we're having a gimbal, and we can kind of come around and do these more complex camera movements, but just with this super light setup. What I'm also going to do here is get a couple of shots of the scenery and the foliage, so I'm not just going to be focusing on Mark. Another thing we can do with the GoPro, try and kind of get shots where you might get things in the foreground and kind of get close-ups. So we're just going to get a couple of these where we're moving through these flowers here as well. And as you can see, I'm not just staying still, I'm kind of moving forward and sweeping forward through these flowers as if we're kind of like going through the flowers and kind of exploring ourselves, even as if we were like an insect or something, like flying through them. I'm also going to get a shot up here of this plant and coming low and doing a slight rotational movement. So trying to set up my feet here so I don't fall over. We're coming around from left to right, but we're also rotating the camera slightly. I'm gonna get one more here. I'm gonna make the most of this pole here and go from a slightly higher angle and kind of get a shot where we're kind of seeing the view and we're almost like over Mark's shoulders as if we're following him from slightly above. We didn't go very far, we only went like 3 meters, but because we're filming on 60 frames per second, it means that we can extend that to obviously double the time. So it kind of creates the illusion that he's kind of walking the whole time and exploring this landscape, even though we literally went like 3 meters. All right, so just seen that Mark he's getting pretty tired, so he just decided to sit down and have a little rest there. What I'm gonna do is have the boom pole, it's not a boom pole. So what I'm gonna do is turn the GoPro upside down. As if you have a gimbal and you go on low mode and you turn everything around so you're right on the ground there. What I'm gonna do is have this almost as if it was on low mode so I can get really close to the floor. And I'm gonna get the shot where I'm just pushing forward towards Mark. I can't actually see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try and line it up so it looks the best it can. And I'm in wide so I can get pretty close and it should look cool. Okay, and the final thing we're gonna do is get an over the shoulder as well. And we're just gonna get that classic cut between reaction and then showing the audience what they're seeing, almost from their point of view. So another detail I'm going to get here is this tree. Starting and rotating around the tree like this, and kind of pushing up but rotating at the same time. And it's really nice because we're getting the sun flickering in and out through the branches as we're doing this as well. Rather than just filming the view like this and just having this kind of flat shot, there's not that much we can do here apart from just kind of pushing in, which looks nice. But it's much better to have some kind of foreground object in there as well, even if it's just at the top of the frame there, because when we do that movement from left to right, the background's not going to move very much. But these objects in the foreground are going to be the ones that really move, and they can either move in or out of the frame, just giving everything a lot more dynamicness and also depth. I'm going to get a final one here, just doing that same kind of movement. And this would just be really nice to cut to in between those shots as well, to have the leaves and the sun flickering up. All right, so I've just noticed some really cool clouds in the background here. And Mark's just gonna be walking in the center of the road here, so if you wanna go ahead. And he's gonna be walking along the road, so we're gonna kind of get him and the clouds. And what this does is get him against the sky. If I just went from a normal angle like this, he's not standing out in the shot at all. He's just kind of blending in with the road and the plants and everything. But as soon as I go from a low angle like this, we're getting his almost kind of silhouette against the sky, as well as these clouds that he's kind of walking towards. So it creates this cool effect where he's like popping in the shot. So basically, if in doubt, and you don't know what you're doing, just go like this, and everything's gonna look about 20 times better. I'm just kidding, kind of. Following on the low angle theme, I just thought of another shot. What we can do is come down like this and have his silhouette there. And the super, super handy thing with this new GoPro Hero 9 is that we have a front screen. So I can literally see what I'm doing, even though we're pointing directly up at him. It's literally such a game changer that I can see what I'm doing from this angle, whereas before I'd just be completely guessing. And here I can roughly keep him in the center of the frame. All right, so we made the most of this mountain scenery right here. We're now gonna head down to the beach. We're gonna be getting some different shots down there. I'm gonna show you guys some different techniques. By the way, this is all being vlogged right now on the GoPro Hero 9, just so you guys can see how this looks. See you down there. All right, so here we are on the beach, as you can see behind John just there. Come on, John, you got to be more reactive than that when we're making these videos, man. I mean, honestly. Okay, so the first shot we're gonna get is Mark gonna be walking along this line of really pretty houses here, and we're gonna come out from the wall and do a left to right kind of reveal. Okay, so Mark, when you're ready, go. Come out left to right, that looks super nice. Boom. Awesome. We're gonna follow along with this sequence now, and we're just gonna get an over the shoulder here. Okay, and go. Nice, he's gonna kind of be looking at the beach. Perfect. That looks sick. But now what are we gonna do? Remember, it was his reaction. He looks at the beach, so we're gonna show the audience what he's looking at. We haven't got anything in the foreground, unfortunately, but we can kind of compensate for that by having a decent, solid, moving forward camera movement. What I'm thinking now, just to finish off this video, is gonna be, we're gonna head towards the beach. Mark's gonna sit down quite near the sea, and we're just gonna get a kind of a pulling away shot as if he's kind of ending his day. Happily ever after. All right, so for this one, we're gonna use the Joby pole here, and we're gonna start from the beach like this, as if we're seeing the beach. We're gonna try and do one shot where we're coming back, we're revealing Mark, and then we're heading back. And it's important to notice the camera movement here. I'm pulling out. So as we come out, we're finishing the video. We're taking the audience out of the scene, and we are basically, it's a really great way to end videos. So that's what we're gonna be doing now. And 3, 2, 1, go. It's crazy how on a GoPro, even with the first version of Hypersmooth or a GoPro without stabilization, this shot would have been impossible because the shot would have been shaking around everywhere. But if we have a look at this and how it came out with this Hypersmooth, let's see how it comes out. That is mad. That is absolutely crazy. So it's super, super smooth. One thing I did notice at horizon was slightly off angle. So what we can actually do is come in here into the GoPro, and we can set the mode to linear with the built-in horizon leveling. Nice, that looks sick. All right, man, thank you. That's a wrap. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. All of the links to all of the things mentioned in this video, such as the GoPro, the Joby pole, are in the description. If you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of tutorials on YouTube, taking you through all of these random topics, and you feel like it's quite hard to actually learn in an organized curriculum, then I would really recommend my program, the Life Capture Academy, which is a 6-week program. And you'll be taken through a challenge per week. So you'll be actually making a video every week of the program. And that challenge is specifically designed to take you from beginner and push past that boundary into intermediate and even advanced. And the reason why this method works so well and why the program has an average customer satisfaction rating of 4.9 out of 5 is because it takes you through everything step by step. And so you learn everything in an organized order that actually gets you results, rather than just potentially feeling like you're stuck just watching hours of tutorials and not really actually advancing your skills. I've also secured some really cool brand partnerships in the Life Capture Academy, meaning you're going to get discounts on certain brands and actually aim to save you more money that you spend on the Academy itself. For example, right now I've got some awesome custom discount codes from GoPro, meaning that members of the Life Capture Academy can get the Hero 9 Black with 30% off. If you want to find out a bit more about the Life Capture Academy and if it's right for you, as well as get the 7 secrets cinematic travel filmmaking training, then that is in the link below. There you're going to learn the 7 secrets of creating awesome travel videos, as well as at the end, you'll learn a bit more about the Life Capture Academy. And also my special link to Cuts clothing is in the description below, so you can grab some awesome stuff using that too. Like this Mirage blue t-shirt, or we got this super soft Black Forest hoodie, which I love and is super soft too. All right guys, until next time, keep filming. Bye-bye.